Hi, I'm Linda Matthews, and in this video I'll be showing you how to fussy cut using your Cricut machine. Cutting out fussy cuts using scissors takes such a long time, and your cutouts can end up being not quite as accurate as you might like. But using a cutting machine takes all the hard work out of fussy cutting, and you can get through quite a few pages in no time at all. I'm using the Cricut Explore 5, which is the latest model, but the instructions should be similar for older models as well. To get started, you first need to have your page of fussy cuts in either JPEG format or PNG format. If your files are in PDF format, you can easily convert them to JPEG files using a PDF to JPEG converter. There are lots of websites that can do this for free, and you can find a link below to a tutorial showing you how to do this. Once your file is in JPEG format, open up the Cricut Design Space software. Click the New Project button, then select Blank Canvas, then Upload. To upload the file, click the Upload Image button. You can use the Browse button to select the file from the folder on your desktop, or just drag and drop the file onto the upload area. Once the file is uploaded, click the Continue button, and this brings you to the area where you need to remove the white background. The white background needs to be removed so that Cricut can find the edges of each of the images. You can use the Automatic button to remove the background, but this doesn't always work well. On this page, it has failed to remove the white background from the middle section. Instead, I prefer to remove the background using the manual option. Click the Select button, then click on the background, and all the white area will be removed automatically. You can zoom in and use Preview Single Layer to make sure that all the background has been erased. If not, you can use the Eraser tool to brush it away. For example, you won't want the copyright information, so you can use the brush to erase it. As you can see, this page has a coloured background area around each of the images. This makes it easy to fussy cut using scissors. However, if you want to remove this background, you can do it using the Select tool. I prefer to leave the background because it blends well with most junk journal pages. If you find that parts of your images are erased while you're removing the white background area, you may need to adjust the colour tolerance up or down until you find the right tolerance level. When you're done, click the Apply and Continue button, then select Flat Graphic, click the Continue button, then Upload. Once the file is uploaded, you'll find that it usually imports way too large, so you need to resize it to copy paper size. You can do this by adjusting the width and height measurements on the top menu, or you can click the little red exclamation mark on the top right and select Auto Resize Image, and it will reset to the size to fit within the Cricut cutting area. One of the advantages of using a cutting machine is that you can make the fussy cuts even smaller if you want to print small images. Just use the resize handles to make the page smaller. If your fussy cuts have a coloured background around the images, like they have on this page, you can also apply an offset to the images to ensure that they cut precisely and don't leave any white areas around the cut. Click the Edit button on the top menu. You may want to zoom in so you can see what you're doing. Then click Offset on the Edit panel on the left. A blue outline appears around each of the images to show you exactly where the cut will be. If you reduce the distance to -0.02 or -0.03 of an inch, you can see that the cut will be just inside the coloured background area, and using this setting will ensure that your cuts are quite perfect. If you have images that don't have a coloured background around them, you can use this tool to expand the cut outward to leave a small white border around the edges. I found that the machine cuts perfectly without needing to adjust the offset. However, it's handy to know that this tool is there if you need it. Click Apply, then click the Make button on the top right corner. You then have the option to save the layout or not. Now we're on the print page, and you can see that the paper is set up on the cutting mat and is aligned to fit within the cut area on your paper. Click Continue, Send to Printer, then Next. On the Print Setup page, you can adjust these settings. I don't use the Add Bleed option, and if you want to, you can select Use System Dialog, which will bring up your printer dialog box so you can make any adjustments. After one final check that all the settings are correct, click Done. Put a sheet of cardstock into your printer, then select your paper type. I print my Fussycuts on cardstock and use the medium cardstock option. The page should print with the sensor marks around the outer edges, which tells the machine where to cut. Attach the paper to the cutting mat, load the mat into the machine, then press the Go button. It will take a few minutes for the machine to cut out the images, and you can follow the progress on the software page. To remove the images from the mat, flip the mat so that it's face down on your workbench. Then carefully roll the edge back and peel away the background paper. Then carefully remove the Fussycuts in the same way. If you need to, you could use a scraper tool to lift the edges.